Hello everyone and welcome to the Scraticus Academy. It is Eden night once more where everyone is suspicious of everyone and nothing can go wrong. So I'll go through a few things first before we hop into the game and see our lovely characters. Join our Discord. It is an awesome Discord full of awesome people. We are so proud of like our little family community. If you want to hop on the Discord, be a part of it. We talk D&D, TTRPGs, or we just chat. We just quite a lot actually. We chat all day, every day. YouTube, we are all up to date on YouTube. This, if you can't quite make this show today, don't worry because it'll be up tomorrow. And all the previous shows are all in there on playlists now, so they are easy to binge watch at your leisure. If you want to get into a game like this, drop Scrat a DM on Twitter, and we will get you in the diary ASAP for one of our games. We are currently booked all the way up till Christmas, so it will be in season 2 where we are now also introducing a Cypher system viewer game because we love Cypher. We're now full-time, and that's thank you to all of you guys. So thank you, first of all, for being awesome. So thank you so much. Other ways you can support us with this is our Patreon, where you can get Scrat's wonderful ringtones of characters that you have seen in some of these campaigns. You get some artwork, you can get video, there's lots of things on there that have been seen before, but also for free are some awesome articles. Some of them written by the wonderful Renee, who we can see as JD here, and they're really awesome, so definitely read. We also have merch where we use Redbubble. It's for me, it's my cozy brother, and I've worn it for much, so him. But also our wonderful sponsors. Bird in the Storm, which is Bird versus Plane and Tool School, and they do some really awesome stuff, some good modules, and we'll be working a lot more with them in the upcoming seasons, and we're very, very excited to show you guys what we're working on. We also have the wonderful Mage Hand Press, who is the reskin of D&D 5e in space. It's really awesome. If you want to catch it, it's on tomorrow in the viewer game in Argo 37. Yes, I think. Oh, and retweets. Every 10 retweets. We don't have World Magic Surges here. I use the list of oddities from Numenera. So if you want to gift our wonderful players just some weird thing, good or bad, I don't know. JD now has like trainers that light up as she walks, or there's just a load of random things, but it's good and bad. But you can do that either by retweeting the link in the chat or by donating. So awesome, let's get back into it. Bree is back, so I feel like we should start with Bree. Welcome back, Bree.
Hey, happy to be back. October is not my month, but here I am, ready to slay. I have had the worst cough that I've not been able to get rid of since I got sick 3 weeks ago. So it's the plague. I know it. Whatever. NPC Bree, I'm playing Dot, everyone's favorite medic from below, who has been missing ever since the trio went to the hospital. As far as she knows, Crowbar is fine, her friends are fine, everything is like stressy, a little depressy, but not as bad as it already is.
Also, I'd like to point out I'm being accused on Twitter a lot of the time that I've created this cold that is taking a lot of people out because it's obviously come from Eden and is now being transferred around. But thank you, Bree.
Hey, well, whatever, do your magic.
Awesome. Right, let's hop over. And Zelda, who are you playing today? Welcome back.
I hope I'm loud enough. Right now I don't have my headphones on, but I am playing Vestal. She is a witch, kind of. In here she's an adept. She's a kind of a caster, and she's off to find the other Artie, the Artie that is not Artie, to find out kind of what crystal that he had. I'm actually kind of interested myself to see if it's anything special or anything related to the one that I received in the way back times. So it's gonna be fun playing that out, and also accusing Artie of being the not real Artie, possibly. Also, I'm sorry, I have a cat that's been away for like 6 weeks, so he might be here for a while.
We're here for all the cats. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah. He's very homesick. So.
Yes, and Brie, if you don't know, there are 2 Arties. But we'll hop over to the wonderful Renee.
Hello, I'm Renee, and I play JD, the cyborg delivery girl with a growing robotic family.
Oh yeah, we've got Whismos now.
I do have Whismos. I counted, my family is size 11, with like 7 Whismos, a cat, a bird, a microwave, and a transforming bike.
Which is now become Transformers. Yeah, I can't believe
It's
this.
literally a transformer. It's fantastic. Things have changed so much, and she was just on her way back from somewhere with Artie, and they were just getting to her apartment before he started not feeling so great. But she doesn't know that yet. It's fine. I'm sure everything is fine.
Everything's fine. It's always fine. So awesome. So last week, Vestal got called away because Artie, whether it's the real Artie or not, called her and said he had some things he'd found again for her shop. And so we had yet another Artie and JD adventure as JD found these weird, bizarre goggles that were delivered to her. They spent about 45 minutes trying to open a package. But when they finally got them open...
It was a suspicious package.
That's how much trust everyone has right now. And she saw all these sort of glowing, luminous lines that were coming from all the pets, from Bash, from Turkey Burger, and everything, just channeling in down into the city, down into the ground. They headed into the lower city, and a strange old man who seemed to be a crowbar. And they found the same metal tunnel that Crowbar once found, and found the room that opened up with the huge tree in it, and the message that played over and over. They also headed back to the apartment after all this had happened, and then JD got a call. Her mother's woken up. Her mother is fine. Her mother is completely cured, just tired. So we went and had a chat with the mother, and she revealed a few things, but did not seem comfortable with discussing it within the actual hospital. And then last but not least, as we went back to the apartment, Artie started to get a little bit of a tickly throat, felt a bit bunged up, and had a cough. So, JD, Artie has said, he needs to sleep, he needs some rest. He's not feeling 100%. He's gonna go and he's gonna go home and get some rest and probably check on his mom at the same time. And you show him out of the apartment, and it becomes late evening. You have all the neon lights from around, but it's sort of early hours of the morning. When Dot, how are you trying to sneak towards JD's apartment?
Well, it's all by foot. There's absolutely no reason to take any sky bikes, rent anything, pick up a taxi, etc. It's a long walk, but it's fine. So just slowly but surely slinking in and out of alleys, Dot is climbing up and down and to the side, crossing railings, and slowly but surely making her way to JD's window, where she assumes it's unlocked and tries to pluck it open.
JD, is it unlocked?
Yeah, so the window probably is. The door is not. And JD is like asleep under the window because it's like over her bed. And basically, I think she saw Artie off, made sure he got in the taxi okay. And she's not too worried about him yet, just because like they've been very careful.
And busy.
You know? Like they've been so careful. And so obviously it can't be any big deal, and he'll be fine if he can go grab his meds from home. So she kind of curls up in her bed for the night and has dozed off by the time, I guess, Dot is arriving at her window, unbeknownst to her.
Slowly opens it up and like begins to like slide herself in. And as she, right before she puts her foot down, she sees a JD and she's like, "Hey, wake up!"
You hear "Wah!" as like this bird just like Turkey Burger starts erupting and
Dot falls out
crazily
the window, opposite side, on the ground outside, like, "Shh, bird!"
it slowly calms
Bird.
down and settles up on the top of one of the cupboards up in the corner and glares at you.
Turkey Burger, what's wrong? It's too early. Bash, leave Turkey Burger alone.
Dot like peeks her head through the window and is like, "JD, can I come in? Make room."
What? Dot? She like tries to make room and just falls out of the bed.
Dot like pulls herself in and like shuts down the window. Hey,
JD's kind of sitting up. No lights are on, so it's still pretty dark in here, save like the techno colors outside. Hey, where have you been? I've been texting you. Hi.
Dot holds up her arms where there's like no bracelet. It's like, "I've been dark. I actually don't even know how long it's been."
Oh, it's been almost 3 days, I guess. Like since we last heard from you, a lot's happened.
I bet. I mean, a lot has. I mean, the last time I saw you, we were in the hospital. What happened? And I'll tell you what happened after.
Okay. Should I start with the part where Artie's dad died or the part where Crowbar died?
So it's true. I didn't know Artie's dad died though.
You knew
Fuck.
Crowbar died though. Turkey Burger's my friend now, right? Turkey Burger.
And Turkey Burger sort of makes sort of a, "Wah!" like a slow thing, but he won't take his eyes off of Dot.
Yeah, so okay, let's see. I guess first thing after you disappeared, Turkey Burger came and found me and Artie, and we'd just been doing some Googling. Wait, was that? Yeah, no, that was right after you left. Okay. Lots happened. Yeah, so Turkey Burger came and found us, and we were able to get a video, and it looked kind of suspicious, like Crowbar's hand in an alleyway, and Turkey Burger led us down to where it was, and it was like right outside your clinic. Like right outside your clinic. And there wasn't a body there anymore, but Turkey Burger was covered in enough blood that, well, she was probably dead. So we had tea with the matron while we were down there. She's really nice. It seems like a really nice place. And let's see. Then we left the matrons and we went to the hospital, and my mom had like these guards watching out for her. Oh, my mom's awake. Oh, sorry, I'm getting to that. So went back to the hospital. There were guards, and then apparently they were hired by Lauren Curtis, but Lauren Curtis is dead. It's very tricky. So then we went to Artie's parents' apartment to talk to them, and his dad was kind of weird. He disappeared from the hospital earlier, said he was like on a vacation or something, and then we met Artie's mom, who is a little bit stuck up, but you didn't hear that from me, and you certainly didn't hear that from me if you ever meet her. Anyway, we didn't find anything helpful, but we stole Artie's dad's files and found some color codes on patients from the hospital, including like my mom, who had a colored circle on it. I think it was blue, maybe. Yeah, and so we called the matron to see if she knew anything because we Googled it, we Jeevesed it, we asked Jeeves, and there was no no color system. So the matron didn't know anything about it, and then we went back up to the hospital, and my mom was awake. I think. No, not yet. So my mom was having like lockdown. There was like supposed to be this special treatment done. I don't really know what it was. But anyway, so I couldn't get in to see her at the time. And then we went down to find, why did we go to the oddities place? I don't know. We met someone. We have a new friend. Her name's Vestal, and they're really great, and I think that we've gotten them in a boatload of trouble and they didn't know it, but you know what? I think she'll be okay. So yeah, she was at the store and she had seen Artie come in. Oh, it's because we went back to Lauren Curtis's apartment and found a picture on the wall where Artie had not been before. But it was a picture of Artie, but he hadn't been there. So we went down and talked to Vestal. Vestal was their name. Vestal like works at the store, and they'd seen another Artie, like exactly Artie, introduced himself as Artie, but it's not actually Artie, and that was really weird. So Vestal decided to come with us, and we started hanging out. We went back to the clinic, and then Nailgun came out, and Nailgun was not looking good. So we tried to give Nailgun some medication, and I think we killed him. It was still kind of dealing with that. Anyway, we took Nailgun to the hospital, and apparently he'd gotten a double dose of the cold because, get this, the cold is not airborne. You have to be given it, and I think it was in the medication that the clinic has been giving out. So, Nailgun was in the hospital and didn't make it, but while we were there, Artie's dad came out of the elevator holding a knife to that guy Adam. You know that guy Adam? Yeah, holding a knife to his throat. And so he immediately got in trouble for not keeping the peace, and we didn't get a whole ton out of him before he was, killed in the hospital. So Artie's kind of dealing with that. Actually, I think he might be here now, but he's not feeling great, and I think it's probably in part because of his dad. I'm sure it's fine. Don't look so worried. We've been very careful. Like, we got a suspicious package and we made Turkey Burger open it. It's fine. I think it was from the Noodle Man, and it's just these really cool goggles that can see sound. So then we went down to the lower levels to see this tree and the video that we'd seen before of like the extended edition of the the thing that plays every day, the be good, be kind.
Oh my god, yes, I know that
Peace
one.
is what we strive for. Yeah. Did that, but longer. There's more to it. It looks like a parent talking to a child. So that was weird. Talked to that guy. Oh, I adopted like 7 more little robot buddies, so they're all here somewhere actually. So if a bunch of little tiny robots come out and like hug you or jump on you or pull your hair, that's why.
As you say that, you can see these like 6 or 7 little faces sort of poke their heads round one of the corners of another room, just looking at you.
And so, oh, there they are. See? Over there. Yeah. And then this guy came up to us, and apparently he'd just talked to Artie too. And so he was trying to get us to like go out for a drink or something, but he looked kind of sketchy, and we weren't really sure that we wanted to talk to him. And like he said, we're trying to play it real safe, And yeah, he eventually left because he realized that Artie wasn't the same Artie that he'd talked to. And then we went back to the hospital because apparently my mom woke up, and my mom is awake and she's doing okay. The cold is gone. It's wild, but don't tell anyone. She doesn't want us talking about things in front of her because I think she knows more than she's letting on. So she's supposed to meet us in a couple of days where we can talk without the hospital list. Already asked her stuff about like his dad and whatnot, because apparently his mom might not be his mom, but that's just kind of a theory right now. And I don't know. He's in kind of an emotional place, you understand. I think you're caught up. I texted you every step of the way, I swear. You just obviously didn't get them. I don't think I texted you about Artie's dad dying. I think I forgot to do that. I'm sorry, it was emotional. Vestal's gone. Vestal should be back soon. They're looking into the other Artie.
Other Artie?
Yeah.
Artie's dad is dead. Your mom is awake. But everyone else is dying.
Yep.
Clinic.
Oh, so the biggies. Artie's dad said that the cold is like, it has to be given to someone. It's not airborne. It's intentional.
Then why are the people getting sick? Okay. This is a lot. Dot didn't cough. That's just a breathing. Please don't. Please do not insert any Dot coughs. She's fine. Perfectly healthy. It's a her thing. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. You've been gone for like 3 days. It's a lot.
I've been hiding.
You've been hiding. Why have you been hiding?
Okay, so you remember when we were in the hospital?
Yeah.
I split off to go do some things. Actually
Yeah.
talked to Adam. Right
yeah.
before. Speaking of which, is he okay?
Yeah, he's not dead. Pretty scared though.
Yeah, I bet he does underground work delivering medicine to the clinic.
I meant more about like the knife to his throat, but yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's fine.
Artie and I didn't almost blow his cover.
I don't know if a cover even matters anymore.
What
does that
mean?
So before I came back to y'all, I went to an office room. I don't know which one, just a room. I hopped on a computer, and I found some documents. I saw actually your mother, the Lauren lady.
Yeah, Lauren Curtis.
Artie's father,
Okay.
and the matron.
That's almost all of the people that we've seen with the trees.
On a list of people with Project Eden. So there's that. I saw Crowbar's name with the red stamp on there. I didn't think she was murdered. But if she's in a record with Crowbar being dead, Carlos, a sweet friend of mine, you never met him, he died before I met you, of the cold, which was a secret to the clinic only, was in hospital records as well.
Wait.
Someone saw me. I don't know who. I ran. I've been hiding. But yeah.
So the hospital and the clinic may share more information than we thought.
Seems to be a lot more.
We actually found a file with your name on it while you were gone, but apparently the circle meant that the color was yellow, I think. So we didn't know if you were okay or not. The matron said that meant unsure about your status. We called her to ask.
Well, we're gonna keep it yellow for a while, I'm thinking.
Okay, but you're feeling okay, right? No cough, no...
No cough.
Okay.
No perfectly healthy. I have my mask. I don't breathe the same air because I refuse to get sick.
We were really trying to think that you were okay. We know you're capable and we know you can do fine on your own, and we were only worrying a little bit, but every step of the way we, would stop and think, well, what would Dot do? And we tried to do that.
Dot like chuckles, a little shocked.
We have reached 12 retweets, so I'm going to give you all a number. JD1, Dot 2, and Vestal 3. So I'm going to roll. Let's have a look. Number 1. So JD again. Can you roll me a 1D100, please?
Yes. I can. 29.
29. Awesome. Let's have a look. Oh my god. Okay, so you've got a set of earrings that you wear fairly regularly. You didn't realize they had a certain switch on them, and they seem to sort of as you maybe have put your helmet as you got on Sorin, it sort of accidentally triggered the switch, and they sort of glow a little sort of emerald green color every time they talk.
What?
They speak, well, they whisper. Only you can hear this. These earrings whisper very optimistic words to you when it's needed.
Oh, how helpful of them. I just light up a lot, y'all. My shoes, my earrings, my robots.
You're not inconspicuous like at all.
Hey, I haven't figured that part out in the what would Dot do logic yet. So.
Okay, we're going to hop over to Vestal. Now, Vestal, you've arrived back at your little shop. It's all locked up. And you can see like a wooden box that's been left on your doorstep. Not wrapped up or anything, literally just a wooden box.
I'm going to approach it thinking that it's probably what's left by Artie. I was really expecting him to be there, but...
Yeah, you look at it, there looks to be a note on it. You can see it from on the floor, and it literally just says, "From Artie." Literally, that's what it says. Thought you'd like this.
Oh, I will open it as cautiously as I can, because I know he's not...
You can open it cautiously. It's just open. You open it, and in it is a shard of what looks like metal, like a shard of metal. And as you pick it up, it splits, and 3 other smaller shards of metal start to rotate around it, almost like it's magnetized. And you also see something you've never seen before. This looks really weird. It's just a very strange, almost like you've heard of this material. It's like a plasticky material with a strange sort of weird black film in it. To you, Zelda, this is a cassette, effectively. But to Vestal, you've never seen something like this before, ever.
I'm gonna, as I don't know what it is, I'm gonna actually like pull on the film, and obviously it comes out. If it's a cassette, it just rolls out.
Yeah, quite a lot of it starts to roll out as you do this.
Does it have any writing on it? Does it say, like, is it just no label, no nothing?
There's no label or anything on it. However, could you roll an intellect for me and just roll better than a 3 for me, please? You see nothing. Unless there's anything in particular you want to add to pass that. You can also spend some points.
I'll I'll just pocket it. I'll pocket that, and I'm gonna check out the I'm gonna just pocket the cassette and pick up the piece of metal and just kind of like I'm gonna do what Artie did because he actually like he showed me in the call that like when you squeeze it, it gets put back together, and then open it up again and see like does it do the same? It's the same kind of trick, the same.
It is a similar sort of thing, yeah.
And,
Hi.
hmm.
Have you been to the litter box?
Yes.
Great to watch, yeah.
Lee. Lee.
Hi.
A little further. How cute. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I muted it, but I mean, it was all hand signs anyway. So
It was beautiful. It was so cute.
thank you. But yeah, I'm going to like just play with it because it's just like a fiddle, almost like a fiddle toy at this point.
Mm.
Just keeps like closing it and then opening it and having it orbit and then close it up again. I guess this can I look into it? Do I know? Have I seen anything like this before?
Sort of like the cassette or the
The shard,
shard.
the metal shard.
First of all, thank you, Greg, with coming in with that raid. Awesome. Hello, everyone. We are currently playing Eden, where nothing bad happens at all. This metal shard, you've seen it before. You've seen ones like this. You almost think it's like a plaything, but think of a sci-fi, almost like fidget spinner. Think of something like that. It's like the more you move it around, you can feel the magnetic field swirl around, and it changes shape every now and then. But that seems about it. They're quite old. It's a dated toy, effectively.
I will pocket it in the same pocket as the cassette, and just kind of look around and see if I see Artie or anything, even like under the bench or anything, if he's left anything else or.
There's nothing here. There's just by your front door this locked up shop and this
Looks like we got a new
weird
friend.
little box which has a tree carved into it.
I am going to also take the box and I'm going to head back, I imagine by taxi, to JD's apartment.
Yeah. What we'll say is that you hop in a taxi and in about 20 minutes you're by the block of flats where JD lives, and you can walk up the corridor towards JD's front door.
I will knock loudly on the door, knowing that it would probably be.
It's still like 5 a.m. Like it's still very
Okay,
early.
cool. Oh, gosh, I swear, if that is a package, I'll go over to the door and like open it. Vestal! Hi! You're back!
Hey, I have a package.
Oh no.
The box.
Okay, I guess come in. We can have Turkey Burger open it. Dot's here. Dot, this is Vestal. Vestal, this is Dot.
It's nice to finally meet you.
Likewise. I mean, I just heard about you like 8 minutes ago, but
I mean,
fantastic.
yes.
I was trying to fill her in on everything that's happened. She snuck through my window about 10 minutes ago.
I'm a window person. What can I say?
You managed to remember all 3 people that died and 2 people sick?
I think I remembered almost everyone who died. Not sure
Okay.
about the sick part.
Who's sick?
Oh, Nailgun got sick and then he died. I guess it counts as only a death.
I counted him as a death, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I was kidding about the package. It's empty.
Okay, I just really didn't want to deal with that again.
I mean, there was something in it, like, and I'll show the 2 items and just. I know what this one is, this shard, but have you ever seen anything like this? And I'll pick up the cassette, which is still strewn out and dangling partially from my pocket.
I don't know if I mean Dot lives underground, but not that underground. I don't know if she would know what those are.
None of you will know what this is. This is just a weird. In fact, this plastic is probably something you've never really seen before. You've seen the plastic on old toys and old things like that, but otherwise, it's sort of like an actual product. It's not really used anymore.
Maybe a robot would know? I mean, JD, you have 100 robots. They understand things.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I mean, the Wismos could look at it, but they're not great at, like, communicating because they kind of have their own way of doing things, and sometimes it's tearing things apart and rebuilding them.
Wismos.
Yeah, I kind of look over in the shadows. Do y'all want to come take a look at this?
One of them sort of like bleeps and bops and wheels straight over to you and holds like the little clamp hands out to this cassette.
I'll lean down and hand the cassette.
It sort of snatches it away and then wheels back to the group, and you can see straight away they're just trying to snap it in half.
I'll try and I'll just jump in and try and grab it real quick before they do it.
They're not really like they're throwing it to each other. They're not really.
Yeah, that's why that might not be the best idea. I mean, surely is there a way to play this? I mean, it's not like
I mean, what is the plastic part?
discs I have.
It looks like a way to store information. Like I've seen larger black, and normally they store like pictures, like it's kind of like what's in the transmitter, but on a wall or something. Does that make sense?
So it needs a device to read it?
I think so. If it's like the other ones that I've received.
So is it like a file that you just... I haven't slept in 3 days, I'm sorry, mind you.
I imagine it stores information. But it's
like
older.
older. I mean, my dad likes older stuff. Maybe he would know what it is.
That would be helpful. If I could see him and talk to him about it, it might be important.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can call him. And then I look at my watch to call him, and I'm like, it's also 5 a.m. I'm not sure that he's awake yet.
Maybe we'll leave it for a few more hours. I could really do with a cup of tea. I have been up all of tonight and all of yesterday.
I should have bought tea for you. I still have the instant tea.
That will be still wonderful. I will take what I
JD,
can.
do you drink liquor? JD, are you a drinker?
No. No, I don't have liquor. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
I have instant tea and instant coffee.
I'll go with some coffee.
Okay. I'll go over and get Heaven starting to heat some water so I can make that for my 5 a.m. guests.
Yeah. Kevin starts, he sort of moans a little bit about it, but he starts heating up the water. And as you're making the coffee and going around, an email pops up on your bracelet, just under the lovely death threat you got last time.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, Dot, I got a death threat.
Wait, you got a death threat? Threat from who?
I don't know.
What does it say? Don't show me. Don't put the screen near my face. I'm trying not to be seen. But what does it say?
Well, the new email or the death threat?
New email first, death threat second.
New email first. What's the new email say?
The new email is from Lauren Curtis and just says, "Come to my apartment. Come to her apartment. Love, Mum."
It's from my mom, but it says it's from Lauren Curtis. We're supposed to go to Lauren Curtis's apartment. I think she might meet us there. Wow, she got out of the hospital fast. That's so good. Oh, death threat. The death threat said, roses are red, violets are blue, Crowbar is dead, and if you're not careful, you will be too.
Wait, am I hearing? Is your mom all right? I haven't heard from you since yesterday.
Yes, my mom is all right. My mom is awake. It looks like Artie's dad did a good thing before he went crazy and then got killed. It's fine. Yes, she's doing okay.
I mean,
How
I guess
good.
there's a lot of terrible situations. Sorry.
Dot is just kind of like rubbing her, like,
It was sent with confetti too.
Oh, it was sent with confetti. That's great. So
was.
there's this
And-
Project Eden, these magical coins. Your mom's part of it. So is the matron. So is a dead man and a dead woman.
I
Crowbar
also got
was
a
murdered.
phone call that just said tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. That's all. On a voicemail.
Was it male or female?
I don't know. Alice, was it male or female, or was
Male.
it just a sound?
It was male.
Male. It was male.
Male voice.
Masculine voice.
Oh, as well, Artie was not with the package. I didn't get a chance to see him at all.
Yeah, that too. There's a second Artie.
Yeah,
Where did
Vestal
Artie 2
met him.
come from? Do you
I don't
think that has something to do with those photographs?
Maybe.
Remember-
I mean, Artie remembered most of the photographs except for the one, which is how we actually found Artie 2.
Is that the one where he was a little kid? Because I remember the photo of him a child with the woman that he said he didn't remember.
No, it was an identical photo of him, but in a place he didn't remember. And so that's how we actually found Vestal and realized that there was a little Artie clone running around.
Or
Artie
is
2.
our Artie the clone?
That is a very good question, and I honestly don't know the answer to that. I've gone through so many theories. Like, is he a robot? Did he have his memory wiped when he was young? Was he created when he was done with his childhood? Is his mom his mom? But I also didn't really want to say anything to him because...
Right, his dad just got murdered in front of him.
Right, but also I think it would just confuse him more. He's
Why do
trying
you
to figure things out, but everything's gotten pretty complicated.
JD, I don't want to sound mean, but I don't know if I entirely trust your mother.
You're right, that could sound mean.
I don't take it as mean, considering I don't trust anybody right now, except the noodle guy. But I really want to be happy that she's awake, and I think she knows things that she might can give us insight on. Like, Dot, I'm going to be real honest with you. I've learned that my mom has contact with people that I never knew she had contact with. She knew Artie's dad. She knew Lauren Curtis, who she said was Artie's dad's wife.
She might very well know the matron.
She might know the matron, and there's just a lot, like, they all seem connected because the matron appeared on Lauren Curtis's video feeds, and my mom did too. Yeah, I think they're all connected, and honestly, I don't know, but my mom might at least be able to give us some insights, because here's the deal. Someone tried to kill her.
Crowbar died outside of the clinic.
Yeah?
Let's go to Lauren Curtis's. I'm going to keep watch outside, though. I'm not going to go inside with you.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Do you need to ride with me? I can
Yeah.
give you the helmet. I need to get a second helmet, though. Can we get a second helmet on the way? I'm sick and tired of riding without a helmet. It's not safe, and it freaks me out.
Do you have some clothes I could borrow, JD? Something that looks a little different than what I normally wear.
I mean, I have some t-shirts and jeans. You can see if they fit. And I just kind of point to there's like a little nook that has a curtain that closes in front of it, and that's her closet.
Dot's gonna look through and just try and like yank on some jeans and try and find a hoodie. Does JD wear hoodies?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
hoodies, t-shirts, and tank tops, basically.
there you go. So she's gonna pull on some just like the oldest pair of jeans, the ones that look like the most okay to get destroyed. Probably has not worn jeans in her entire life, and pulls on like a yellow hoodie and just covers it over her face.
There are definitely some like distressed jeans that are okay to be destroyed because they're already basically falling apart, but it's supposed to be style, so.
Oh, well, Dot doesn't comprehend that. She wears like all black, like tight, like leather almost leggings, so she can just move around. She's like, "What are these things? They're so uncomfortable. I can't sleep in these." Christ
You
Almighty!
don't sleep in them, you wear them during the day.
Yeah, but who has time to wear pajamas when there are hundreds of people dying around you all the time?
I've never had that problem. Vestal, do you think you could grab a taxi?
Yes, as long as I know where I'm going. Or, well,
Okay.
they'll probably know where I'm going.
Yeah, and I can give them the address so that they know where to go.
So you're all hopping off to Lauren Curtis's apartment.
Turkey Burger is coming with me.
Turkey Burger will sit on the back of the bike, probably right next to Dot, sort of having a look at her especially now that she's changed her whole appearance. JD and Dot, you all pull up outside on one of the balcony walkways first, with Vestal close behind you.
Can I say I stopped to grab a second helmet?
Yeah, you can stop and grab a second helmet. But you arrive and you step out onto the balcony, and Vestal, you are dropped off, and the taxi whizzes away.
Does this mean I'm actually going to get to meet your mom here rather than at the hospital?
Seems like it. I'm cool with that if you are.
Well, yeah, of course. I don't mind at all. Actually, it might be better than at the hospital, honestly.
Dot, should we still call you Dot?
Well, I mean, give me a name that starts with a D. That's kind of how I do it.
DJ?
DJ works. Call me DJ while we're here. DJ will be my new name of the day.
Okay, cool. That was my new name 2 days ago. It worked real well. Kept it for all of 5 seconds.
Dot says that, but Dot's still wearing this like biker helmet. I'm gonna keep this on, and I'm just gonna sit on the balcony while y'all talk.
Okay, we'll see you in a sec. And I'll let us into the apartment.
As you walk in, she goes, "Don't forget to ask about the matron."
Okay, I will ask about the matron.
Dot, you can sit on the balcony and look out, and it is a drop down where you can't see the bottom, but it is, you watch as all the different cars, bikes, everything, all the food vendors whiz past. You've probably been in the dark for quite a while for the last couple of days, and all the neon lights flash, and the same video as every day starts to play. JD and Vestal, you walk into the apartment. You close the door behind you. You step in the kitchen. You can smell like someone's been cooking something. Like someone's maybe been here for a little bit. You can see some clothes draped over one of the chairs. And then your mother walks past from the doorway and looks at you and smiles. She looks terrible. She just looks tired, absolutely pale and out of it. She's like, "Oh, hello, darling."
Mom, are you supposed to be out of the hospital?
No. But I think it's for the best that I'm not in there anymore. I think it was safer when I was asleep.
Then what are you doing? Sit down.
And she sort of said, "Oh, I had to tidy up a little bit."
No, you didn't. That's what you have a daughter for. And I'm like moving her over to
Yeah,
the
you can move her over to like this old sofa sort of thing, and she sits down, and she's just in like a dress and a big heavy jumper. She's like, okay, you're okay. Oh, hello. And she looks over at Vestal and goes to stand again. It's like, would you like tea?
No, Mom, sit. I will get them tea. Vestal, would you like tea?
I would actually love tea, thank you.
Real tea, right, Mom?
Yes, no, none of that horrible instant stuff.
Hey, I live on a budget.
I would provide you with your tea. Like, she just seems like she's gonna start ranting about tea.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You sit. Mom, this is Vestal. Vestal, this is my mom.
Hello.
She's been the one I mentioned in a coma. Mom, I met Vestal like yesterday.
Hello.
They're very cool, and I'm confident we can trust them.
Okay. And she sort of looks to Vestal like, you can sit down.
It's wonderful to meet you, and I'm gonna like put my hand out to shake her hand, or
She'll reach out, and you can see her hand physically shaking from like just tiredness. But she does like, you feel this really weak grasp as she does shake your hand.
I'll just put my other hand on hers and then sit down, and then So you've been in a coma for, do you know how long?
Not quite. I'm still a bit dazed, if I'm honest.
JD's like bustling around the kitchen trying to get some hot tea warmed up and get the...
Yeah, and Turkey Burger sort of hopped into the room where your mum and Vestal are, and she's like, oh, aren't you cute? And she's just sort of like stroking it, even though it doesn't have any feathers or anything. But she sort of offers it like a biscuit or something anyway, which she's got on the side, which he turns his nose up at. But
I really haven't gotten to know this machine quite yet. There is important questions, but I think I'm gonna wait for DJ to get back, and I'm gonna try and pick up Turkey Burger and put him on my lap and just like sit him there so that he's not just wandering around.
you pick him up and you put him on his lap, and he looks utterly insulted right now, but he will let you do it. He's sort of looking around like you know, they've got this robot has eyelids, so he sort of squints a little bit at you.
I'm just gonna pat it on the top of its head.
And he does that sort of as if he's trying to get away from it, but will let you do it in the end.
Mom,
Strange.
my friend DJ is waiting outside for us. Just thought it would be better.
DJ. Huh.
Yep, funny coincidence, huh?
Hmm.
And then she'll bring the tea in. And Mom, did you want some? I didn't think to ask.
Tea. No, I'll be okay. I've had so much tea lately.
Okay.
Your father
Water, blanket,
plastering me with it, and I don't need it.
anything else I can get you?
No, dear, I'm fine. Sit down.
Okay.
Right. How what do you want to know? I'll give you all I can before I go back to the hospital, otherwise your father's gonna go spare.
Well, I guess I'll ask the question I know I need to ask first. Do you know the matron?
Matron. Gosh, I haven't heard that in a while.
Runs a clinic down in the lower levels.
Does she? Oh. I suppose. Matron was a medical scientist when I was at the OTC. Just worked with her for a bit. Very, very clever woman. Very clever.
It's interesting because I mean, I figured she knew Lauren Curtis too. She was here on videotapes at some point, and
We We were all on the same project. And she sort of pulls up on her bracelet an image. And you can see very, very young Lauren Curtis, Daniel Chen with an arm sort of around her waist. You see your mother and you see the matron. And they look really happy. They're smiling at the camera. They've all got lab coats on. They're in a lab and they're sort of almost like a selfie.
Mom, this project, was it called Eden?
It might have been. I recognize that name. I don't remember giving the project a particular name.
Because that's been coming up everywhere, to the point that someone literally handed me a Bible and pointed me towards the story of creation, so...
I don't remember calling it Project Eden.
Okay.
I was just hired to do my job.
Right. As friend DJ found a list with your name on it, something related to Project Eden, so...
Interesting.
It was, yeah.
Where did you find this?
The hospital, I think.
Intriguing. And she just sort of shakes her head a little bit like she's trying to work something out, but you're not too sure what.
So, next question. I know Artie would want to know if you were here, and honestly, you may ask again, but do you think Lauren Curtis was his mom?
Well, that's what I thought.
Cool.
Why?
Okay.
Is there some sort of... Do people not know that?
No, so I met Artie's mom, and she's nothing like Lauren Curtis. I didn't ever meet Lauren Curtis, but just from what I've seen of her. I forget her name, but
Daniel must have remarried.
yeah, maybe so, I guess. Anyway, it's just kind of weird. She's all about him studying and doesn't like AI and doesn't ever let him leave the OTC. But,
The OTC is not what it used to be. It's been years since I worked there, so...
well, I've only been like twice now. It was really cool, but,
You went to the residential area, not the
Yeah.
workspace.
yeah. So, I guess there are different parts?
Oh, the whole top level of the city's the OTC.
Oh.
They just like to divide it off.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that. So here's the other question. Do you know anything about there being like two of people?
No. My
my-
job was quite simple. I was just a simple lab student helping out with the stuff we were doing.
Well, what were you doing?
We were creating cures for the hospital. We were trying to predict whatever virus or whatever could come next. How else do we get everything and cure everything so quickly? Obviously, when you create such a positive, you're going to create a negative. We created the viruses to understand them. But for every virus, we created a vaccine. I don't understand. We worked with a lot of DNA.
Yeah.
Just old random stuff that was found in the lab. Not anything interesting. It was just for experiments. It wasn't on anything.
Okay, so here's the other thing. If you made viruses, and that leads me to believe that someone made this virus that you got that wasn't able to be combated with any common medication? Like,
No, because we only made one cold virus. Cold's one of the viruses that develop and change so quickly. So restoring it, we could over and over again create a vaccine. I don't know if this is a new strand, but it should be able to affect just anyone. We literally created it with these particular strands of DNA. It was never released.
okay, so only specific people would get it?
Well, we never tested it. It was DNA efficient, so whoever the DNA came from, it would probably affect. But it was random. I don't know.
How did you distribute these vaccine or these viruses, or how
We never released them.
would they have been distributed? Would you know?
I was fired very early on. Nothing was ever distributed. It was in case something came along, or if, God forbid, any sort of warfare broke out, we would have a cure already.
Right. Okay. So do you know why anyone would want to give you the cold?
I can't think of anyone. I mean, I haven't worked there for 20, 30 years.
Mom, why can't we talk at the hospital?
Because the OTC own the hospital.
Are you afraid of the OTC?
I am now. If
Do you
this has
think
been given to people,
they gave
then-
it to you?
I guess so. I don't trust anything I'm given now, medical-wise.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think it's in the medicine.
Call me paranoid, but what's a great way to spread a disease than put it in your antibiotics?
Yeah, I mean, I would be careful about accepting medication for sure. I don't know, I didn't trust Artie's dad while he was there, but at least he seemed to find the solution and get you out of it, so...
He did that?
I mean... Yeah, I think so, yeah.
He always was clever.
Yeah, I kind of wish he were here. He probably could have gotten you the right meds, but he just started really getting stressed out towards the end of his time there. He tried to take a vacation, he kept taking pain meds. I don't know. Just seemed...
How widely spread is this virus?
I personally know 3 people who've died of it. So...
What were their circumstances? How did they
Well...
get? I know poor Lauren is gone.
Right, that's that she's included in one of the people I don't personally know, so a lot of people. The others that I know, well, one of them got it at, we think, from the medicine at the clinic on the lower levels.
Interesting.
The one that the matron runs.
I didn't realize there was a clinic down there.
Yeah, I mean, our friend DJ worked there once. JD's suddenly realizing that she's not sure how much she should be saying about DJ.
Is your friend okay outside?
I mean, I'm sure she's fine. I mean, I could always like check on her.
I could go get her if you want.
Maybe.
Go see if she wants some tea. It's quite chilly out.
I was just gonna say that. Mom, great minds, great minds.
And she's looking more and more tired, like, but she's sort of pulling a blanket over her to sort of keep herself warm.
JD just jumps up to tuck it in.
Yeah, yeah. And she's like, I'm
Mom.
fussing. Stop fussing. Go see if your friend wants tea.
Okay. Thanks, Vestal.
Yes, I will. I'll go and kind of just wave Dot DJ in.
Still wearing this full biker helmet covering her face, Dot like peeks in and goes, "Am I? Okay." She comes in and she shuts the door and looks to this very exhausted woman.
And she sort of waves. She's like, "Hello, DJ."
Are there any cameras here?
Yes, there were, but they're all gone now. I've disabled them all. You can check if you want. I understand the paranoia.
Dot takes off her mask, the helmet, and sets it down, and kind of like goes around. You look unwell.
Terrible, yes.
Mom, this is
Okay.
DJ. DJ, this is my mom.
It's nice to meet you. Do you want tea?
No. Do you have alcohol? Does anyone have any alcohol? It's been a very long week.
I believe Lauren kept some wine in the top cupboard up on the right.
I'll go
Still
check.
there.
Excellent. I see you're very tired, but I have a few questions for you.
Go ahead.
One, how do you feel physically with this illness? I know you were very ill.
Do you mean how I feel now?
How do you feel right now?
Drained.
Is it you're coming back from an illness or you're still ill?
Coming back from an illness, but I also wasn't supposed to leave yet. I will be going back. Day trip, they think.
What did you come into contact with before you fell ill?
You know, I don't know. I think I just took. I had a headache and I took some painkillers.
Do you still have them?
No, I took them. I only had a couple left. I
Do you-
wasn't at my house, I was at well, I was here. And then I went home, got a lot worse.
So you took something from this home. Did this woman have a medicine cabinet?
No, she had like a drawer. Look, over there, just round the corner. She points at this thing, which is like a cabinet with one drawer in it. And if you pull it open, it's mainly full of just standard bandages and things like that. There aren't really any pills in there. And there's an empty like tub. That's about it.
And it
I'm
all
afraid I
looks.
took the last ones.
Interesting. So perhaps you weren't meant to get sick.
I hadn't thought of that.
Maybe that's why you're okay now.
Maybe.
Well, I think that they tried this like new experimental thing, or Artie's dad tried it, and it seemed to work.
Dot's gonna like push the drawer shut in frustration, like as hard as her like arms can. She's gonna rub her face, start rubbing her hands, and she's like starting to rock. And she's like, maybe that's the reason why you're okay. Maybe Artie's dad knew a cure. Maybe you weren't supposed to get sick. And she's just kind of saying it out loud while she's staring widely and like rubbing her hands.
She's watching you with like absolute intrigue, like. But then, why would Lauren get sick? Daniel wouldn't want anything to happen to her.
Might not matter what he wanted in the end.
Okay, does that feel like too much of a coincidence to anyone else in this room?
Who else worked? I'm sorry, did we talk about the Eden Project? Does your mom know about the Eden Project? She's on the list. You're on the list. Do you know about the Eden Project, Mom?
I asked her about the Eden Project.
I don't recognize the name. I just know that we referred to the project, and we all had these. And she sort of reaches someone and goes, "Where's my pin gone?" And just sort of, oh, never mind. Anyway,
Does the pin
Wait.
look like a tree by chance?
yes, we all have one of those. It's quite pretty, actually.
Who else worked with you on this project?
Mr. Chen, Miss Curtis before she became Mrs. Chen, and who my daughter here and Vessel was calling the matron. This was her nickname at college, to be honest.
Why was the project disbanded? It was it not?
No, I just got fired.
Do you know why?
They didn't need me anymore. I wasn't keeping up with the workload. I didn't like the idea of testing on animals and people. It's just,
What are we testing on people? What did I miss?
oh yes. And she just sort of like, you can see her days. It's like her movements are much slower. She's like, so I used to make vaccines and viruses.
Viruses as well.
You have to make the virus to understand the vaccine.
Hey, Mom, the
Yes.
matron, what was her actual name?
You know, I don't know. I've always called her the matron. It's what she was called at college and university.
Right.
It's just what we called her. Genius, clever woman, amazing medical scientist, awesome brain, really clever.
Yeah, I know. She raised me.
Oh, hello. Like she just sort of is like she's saying hello to you for a second time, sort of realizing.
Interesting. When was the last time you spoke to the matron?
I think when I got fired.
Interesting. Dot's like
Um,
starts to reach into her hair and like touch her scalp and like scratch her like head.
DJ? Do you think it's weird that all of the people on the Eden Project list that we recognized are dead, or I kind of look at my mom, supposed to be dead?
Everyone but the matron. Who's at the pinnacle of health. Where I've seen children sick and I've seen friends die.
And we've seen
After-
someone given medicine from the clinic die shortly after.
Dot goes from like looking at the ceiling to like staring at JD with ice eye, like the angriest of eyes.
And the mum's always, hey, whoa, hang on. If you are in the clinic, how do you have access to medicine?
It was Adam, wasn't it? He was stealing it from the hospital?
Adam, among many others, what cannot be created in our labs are taken from the hospital.
Stolen? It's a clever way of doing it.
We allocate our
However-
merchandise where we need to, yes.
However, if the medicine in the hospital has been infecting the patients and you're stealing from there, you're infecting the people on the lower levels.
I wonder if she knows.
Oh. and you see your mum pause for a second, and she gets up and walks into the room of photos and starts looking around the room. And you see her pull a couple of photos down and walk back. This could have been the reason I was given the pills. And she hands over some photos. And it's down by the clinic. And she sort of says, she's like, I didn't know this was clinic. I was wondering, I was looking because I've heard of such, why don't I remember? But look at this. And she taps on the photo and you can see, almost obscured at the back behind a pipe, there's like a drain hole, what they called, I completely forgot the word for them, a big metal sort of this to go down into the sewers, sort of lurks it.
Culvert, is that the word for it?
I can't remember. my vocab is gone. And so there was a tree on it. Don't know why. Just in the corner on one of the little bolts.
Would Dot recognize the location?
Yeah, this is round. So as you normally walk into the clinic, if you hook a left, you go around the clinic. It's just around the back. I was just looking around and it just confused me that it was there. Why would it be there when it's on my badge? I just assumed it was the symbol for our city, but you don't see it up here.
No.
Tree's been popping up a lot more. The old guy that we met down there yesterday mentioned something about tree of life or tree of knowledge, something like that, and referenced Eden.
Interesting.
Biddy, do you still have that disc with the tree on it?
Yeah.
The one,
Pull that out.
And your mum looks at it and is like, well, that's quite pretty. Where'd you get that?
Also take out the pin that I have that's like, looks like a
Oh,
coin.
my pin! Like, and she just sort of takes it and looks at it. And she
Yeah.
matches it up to the picture she showed you. So, see, we were wearing it.
Yeah, Mom, you were holding it when you went into the hospital.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. And you can see her sort of like slouch back into the sofa and she's like, I'm just gonna nap for a little bit and then I'll go back to the hospital.
JD.
Hey, Mom, before you nap,
Yeah?
are you sure you should go back to the hospital?
Well, they'll just come find me if I don't.
Okay, but you'll take care of yourself?
I will, but I suggest we leave at different times.
Okay, yeah.
Dot just starts to nod. I was going to say the same thing as your mother. You seem to... She turns to JD's mother. You seem to have a very earnest lapse in memory right now.
Yes, I don't know why. I remember having a headache before I got ill. That's all I remember. And then I took the pills, and then I guess I was asleep.
Can Dot do a checkup on her, like touch her head and check her?
Yeah, you can do that. Can you
Little
roll me an
check-in.
intellect, please? You've got medicine, so just make this a 3. Oh, a 3, exactly. She sort of like is like, yes, you can check, it's fine, and she sort of lets you have a look around and everything. You see nothing wrong with her apart from the fact she's tired until you come to her neck, and and just round the back of her neck, you see a perfect circle, which almost looks like a burn. But that's it.
JD, I want you to come take a look at this.
Okay. What?
And she like pulls back her mother's hair and
He's like, is it serious? What is it? What have I done now?
How big is the circle?
It's about the size of a thumb.
What is that, Dot? Is that some medical thing I don't know about?
no. Does your mother have any cybernetics inside of her?
Mom?
Oh,
I
Can you? I mean, I don't know I don't know that kind of technology. I don't know if you can check or run a test. Does your mom have
I
any?
checked myself before I came in here. I was going to be taking anything out if they'd put it in me whilst I was asleep.
Mom, there's like this burn looking thing on the back of your neck. It's like a circle.
Oh. I thought it was just a rash, and she sort of like feels for it. Don't know.
No, either. I had a headache. Did you have your headache while you were in the lower levels?
Yes, but that's probably just the fumes.
Has JD given Dot the alcohol?
Yes. Yeah, no, I already went and got the alcohol.
So Dot chucks the glass across the apartment in anger and puts the helmet on.
It shatters and red wine drips down the
She
wall.
takes the helmet and puts it on. I need you to take me to the lower levels.
Okay, Mom,
Yes.
can you send me a message when you get to the hospital?
Mm-hmm. And you can see her dozing.
Okay, yeah. I'll just make sure she's all tucked in with the blanket and just kind of like shh to Vestal and Dot, and then creep towards the door.
Turkey Burger sort of crawled his way up onto Vestal's shoulder at this point, sort of watching in intrigue.
It was wonderful again to meet you.
And she's sort of asleep, but she's just sort of waving you off.
Okay. I imagine we're going to the clinic, right?
I am. And you two are going behind the clinic. And you're going to check out this manhole while I have an important meeting with the matron. Don't worry. There'll be an emergency or two before we get there. Keep as many of my people out as possible to prevent anyone from stopping you.
Okay. Okay, just tell me what to do, I guess. You're better at this than I am.
I need you to take me to a... We're going to create an explosion.
What?
What this has gotten very large suddenly. What?
So when we step out, Dot's going to take off the mask again, and she's going to pull her hair back. And there's going to be like cybernetics running through all of her hair, like on her skin. You can see like chunks of hair that are like glow, like look like they should glow, like those like clips kids get with the like little fiber optic lights. So we all have these, everyone who works in the clinic. And inside of them are small robots sit on our hair to charge, and they're medical robots. They're all over the city, especially in the lower levels. They keep an eye out. There's an explosion or a massive injury or a commotion. They'll set off alarms and send teams to the area. And if it's a large enough one, it'll be all hands on deck. And the matron will presumably wait with a small medical team at the clinic. If we create a large enough distraction, I can get in there and talk to the matron. while you get down there into the tunnel.
How
So
does one blow something up?
Well,
I don't have any experience with that either.
I
I'd
mean,
like
it's the underbelly. I mean, just something has to be destroyed. Steam has to be released carefully so no one dies. It happens all the time. I mean, remember the explosion a few days ago? It's not the first one that's happened. It's
Yeah,
probably
so
one-
we're not killing anyone, just to be clear, we're just making a big boom.
we need to find a spot to make a big boom.
Okay.
And I think I know a spot.
Do we have the materials to do that? That seems like something that wouldn't be readily available.
Do you have a lighter? Do you have a flame?
Sure.
Dot wants to take them to where Carlos's gang used to stay, where there was the gas leak.
Yeah, you can do that. So are you all hopping on Sorin or a taxi and getting a trip down to the lower levels?
Yeah, I mean, I've got room for one on Soren, so.
As you head down to the lower levels, you find the usual place you park. Before you hit to the lowest level, you park up Sorin on one of the sort of the platforms before there's actual physical steps to walk down. And Turkey Burger's sort of squawking and hopping along, probably still on Vestal at the moment after Vestal was holding him in the house. And once again, it's dark down here. It's dark, the air is thick, you can, as much as you've all got your masks on and you can breathe, you can smell this like hot, gross air. And there's lots of people down here wearing a lot more neon clothes so that they can see in the dark as they wander around. You're about a 20-minute walk from the clinic. And about a half an hour walk from where Carlos's gang was.
Lead the way, I guess.
Let's see. Trying to think. Turkey Burger. You talk to Turkey Burger. You talk to the robots.
Yeah? Yeah?
What can Turkey Burger do? It's a robot. Robots have talents. What can Turkey Burger do? Capable wise.
I mean, Turkey Burger can cause a distraction. Turkey Burger can fly. Turkey Burger can peck at people and destroy things pretty good.
And you know he records.
And he records. Thank you for that.
Turkey Burger records. Excellent. That's good. Dot's going to look uncomfortably at the bird. Turkey Burger, I'm going to need your assistance.
It sort of looks at Vestal and JD and then hops forward to Dot and just sort of tips its head and looks interested at you.
You and I are going to find out what's happening, little bird. And we're going to get some evidence. We're going to talk to the matron. Before that, though, we're going to blow up an old gang hideout.
Turkey Burger sort of hops on the spot a little bit at this.
Okay. So I guess Dot's going to lead them to Carlos's place first, because they know how to get to the clinic.
It takes around half an hour to get there. You sort of still weave amongst some people. There's still some screens on down there. And you can find a sort of similar building to the clinic. It's just more dirty and run down than the clinic. And a man stands outside, quite a big man, with two huge sort of cybernetic arms.
Dot's going to approach.
Oh, you all right?
What's the status of this building?
How so?
There was a leak here at one point.
Yeah.
What's the status?
Well, we blocked it. Don't want that happening again. Lost 6 men.
How's Carlos?
Dead.
Where was the leak at?
Well, just round the back by the pipes. I mean, I could show you if you want, but
How many people are in here?
at the moment, 12. He's only telling you this because he knows you're part of the clinic, but he is sort of double sort of looking back at JD and Vestal, like a little bit confusing.
Hi. Also, Soren's with us.
In like her upright form.
Oh yes.
Okay, so Soren's now walking along with.
Okay, so I didn't know Soren could do that. So
Soren has had an upgrade where she's basically a transformer now.
all right, now
Yeah.
so Dot will have a moment when she transforms where she goes, "Holy shit! Your bicycle walks. I sat my ass on a robotic walking person. Wow."
Yeah. Yeah, it's a new thing. The Wizmos did it. It's cool.
Those Wizmos are scary.
Oh, totally. No, yeah, pretty much every time this bouncer dude looks at JD, she just waves and smiles.
Yeah, it seems to unnerve him a little bit.
Okay, hold on 1 second. She's gonna turn around and walk back to JD. So people came back. Yeah, puts a wrench in my plans.
Can you ask them to leave?
I don't know. I'd have to give him a reason to. They're a simple gang. They're not too crazy. Carlos was never bad. It's mostly just petty thieves. Junkers.
See, I don't really know much about the lower levels or what gangs would do, so I'm not really sure what to suggest for that, but I feel like we could just now I guess they wouldn't be too cool with us blowing up their hideout, huh?
Mm-mm.
As you're discussing this, JD and Vestal, both your bracelets start to buzz. And you can see an incoming call from Adam Watson
To both of us?
to both of you. It's like a joint group call.
We'll just, I will stand next to JD and just answer it with mine.
Dot's gonna step back so she's out of frame.
JD winks at Dot.
You hear Adam's like panicked voice over the bracelet, like, "Hi, yeah, sorry to intrude. I know it's kind of weird me calling, but have you
Still
told Dot
haven't
yet?
seen-
Is she okay?"
I was just gonna say we still haven't seen her. I'm sorry, Adam.
No, that's fine. I'm just concerned because I've noticed some of the people that do my job at the hospital, they're not coming back. I don't know
What?
why. I'm just wondering if that's okay, and could it be like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I've just missed an email or something.
Adam, I thought you were leaving your job at the hospital. Are you leaving your job at the hospital?
No, I am. This was the deal. This is my last day. That's it. But there's the guy who normally mentors me. He isn't here.
Okay, just go. Just go.
Yeah.
Just get out of there. Just go and get out of there.
Like now?
Yes.
Go. Yeah, like now. Like right now, just go.
Okay. And he literally just hangs up.
Okay. And JD's just gonna text him. Text us. With
You don't get a
exclamation point.
response. You get the sense maybe he's running after.
That's
the
okay,
beep.
so long as he like hopefully messages us later.
Mm.
JD looks at Dot. Did I do okay?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something else though. I
Are people at the hospital dying?
don't know. We need to get.
A lot of people at the hospital are disappearing.
Okay, so is there any way we could get them to leave because of Second Artie?
Can we just tell them that there's something that needs to be claimed? Like, I
Or-
don't know.
Hold on.
Dot, tell them something dangerous is in the air.
Let me go back. Okay, that's fine. Dot's gonna walk back to the man with his arms crossed. So I have a small team with me, if you can't see by the robots. We're concerned that the leak isn't as clear, as stopped up as we thought it was, and we're afraid that there might be a problem, and I don't want to see any of you in the clinic. Is there any way we could have a minor evacuation while we have that robot check out?
Can you roll me a... Let's have a look. If I can open it properly. Can you roll me probably an intellect?
Okay. So can I use the advantage thing I have? I know I have one. I
If
see
you
about
want to use that and try and get a 4 because these people this is their home.
Right. Okay. So do I just click it twice then? Is that
Yeah, go for that.
well?
There you go.
Never mind.
He looks slightly concerned. He's like, yeah. You think it's still? I'll get him out. I'll get him out. And he just sort of disappears back into the building. And then, not too long afterwards, you see people being ushered out. Some of them look like pretty annoyed about it. Like some of them look half asleep as they're being shoved out the door by this guy. And some of them sort of glare at you, but not like in a horrible way. They're just
Right.
miffed.
As they're walking out, Dot's gonna be like, "Go to the cafe on the 4th Street. Tell them Dot sent you. They owe me one."
Oh, okay. Like one who's particularly tired sort of looks at you twice, looks the other way. It's like, I could do coffee, and then starts sort of disappearing down the street with others following him. Also, thank you, Tweeter Vecna, for an upgrade for Soren once more. Soren gets an emotional intelligence upgrade.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. Soren
Oh,
is becoming
hell
best
yeah.
character.
Hell yeah. Gotta love Soren. Power babe. So let's blow this shit up. Well, why don't we?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is what we're gonna do. The second this lights, I'm gonna go back there and do it. The second you see flames, you and Vestal take Soren the most backwards way you can to the clinic. Go through alleyways, go through anything. People are going to be in a frenzy, and I want you to go quickly around them. Get to the back of the clinic. And I'm going to just run straight to the clinic.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if we take Soren, I'm sure that we can get there really fast, right, Soren?
Yes, of course.
Okay, let's do this. And she like claps her hands together.
Okay.
You guys whiz off towards the clinic. And you
Dot
can
lights that
see-
bitch up. Bye.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Woof.
So did you set that to explode on a certain time? Or did you want it exploding as you left?
As Dot is running towards the clinic, she wants it to like blow up. And
Yeah.
So that way people are running that way with her, and clinic members will be running this way as she goes. And because her hair's not lit up and she's got an orange hoodie on, they won't hopefully notice her.
The explosion erupts and you actually see flames dance up for this. Like it's like the whole of the street you're on suddenly it sees this light that it hasn't seen for years and years. And some of the pipes and the steam start erupting. You hear people screaming as they run and flee away from this. And as you approach the clinic, you see lots of medics running, shoving people out. Get out the way! Like as they shove people out the way, trying to get towards the explosion.
Right.
You're very interesting. Do you know that? You're an interesting person and you do interesting things. JD, you make interesting friends.
Yep. I'm learning that. Didn't really have many friends till a few days ago. It's fine.
Now
Dot's
we're
gonna
really... Okay.
slip in to the clinic while they try to find their way to that manhole. And Dot has turkey burger. I don't know. Turkey burger's kind of big, so I guess on her shoulder. Her big
Okay.
burger.
Okay. So, we'll ride the bike around back. steering Soren as much as we can through kind of like the alleyway-ish areas.
So you guys go around the back. Now, Dot, you actually have to sort of fight your way into the clinic as all these people are shoving past you and to get out of the way. And you can see 2 people remaining starting to set everything up, start to get everything together. And you see the matron sort of going, over there, like sort of trying to order them about the place.
As she orders them, Dot is going to put Turkey Burger on the ground and be like, just go watch, but not so close.
And he sort of does a weird sort of half nod, half cock of the head, and
Bird
you see
like
the
bird
really
twitch,
awkward
like, yes.
bird run, like the awkward bird run as it runs off to the corner.
And Dot is going to march up to the matron.
And as she turns and looks at you and goes, Dot, where have you been? We need you.
Yeah, I see that.
There's been an explosion down not too far from here, about half an hour from here. We're gonna have this clinic is gonna be flooded soon.
No, it's not. You and I need to talk.
Okay, but only quick, please. And thank you, Avatar of Wrath, for 2 random, say world magic, so 2 oddities. So same numbers as before, and I will roll
Yay,
again.
thank you.
Let's have a look. So 1 and 1. Okay. So correct me.
This is getting ridiculous.
Is this JD again? Like,
Yeah, that's
me
Jade.
again.
Can you roll 2 more? Do you
Powerful JD.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, that's a 62. Oops. And a 73.
Ooh, okay, let's have a look. Ooh. Okay. Okay, that's quite cool. We'll factor those in a bit. At the moment, the matron looks sort of not troubled or anything, just looks shocked. She's like, yes, okay, but come on, hurry up before they start bringing people in.
Artie Chen.
Yes,
Who is that?
that is one of your friends that came to visit me, actually, along with that DJ, whatever she called herself.
Yeah. Who's Karen D?
Well, I assume that's her mother. That's who she mentioned. Why all the questions?
Okay. Who is Lauren Carter?
And she sort of looks at you and says, don't know. Why, is it a friend of yours? Am I supposed to know her?
I don't know. I've just been hearing word of a project traveling through the hospitals, the clinic, the lower level. A Project Eden.
Yes.
And you
What is
seem-
it?
I don't know. That's why I've come to talk to you. It seems that it has something to do with this cold, from what I've learned. Just a list of names. Apparently, Dr. Daniel Chen is dead.
Oh, I knew him. That's a
Yeah.
shame. How'd he die?
Keeping the peace. He was killed.
Gosh.
He held a knife to one of our men,
Who?
Adam.
Why?
I don't know. He was taking care of someone. Dr. Chen was. And
How bizarre.
he snapped and held a knife. I was looking for information while all this was happening. But it seems that the medicine in the hospital is not good.
So, what are you telling me here?
the cold virus very well might be coming from the doctors. And these are just a few of the names I've seen.
Wait. So the medicine we are stealing from the hospital is infected?
I've also heard a lot of our employees from the hospital are missing. Have you seen any of them?
I've heard some of them have gone missing, but I'm assuming they'll turn up. It's probably just Adam panicking again. He rang me in an absolute tiz earlier about people disappearing. I don't know what he's on about.
I think we should run some tests on the medications. I think there might be something wrong, and I think if we're going to stop whatever is happening, and if we're going to make things right, she's going to place her hand behind her head, and she's going to turn on her cybernetic hair. The clinic needs to work together, and you know I work with you, but we need to find out why everyone is getting sick, and I'm afraid that it might be our medicine.
Test it. Go for it. I trust you.
All right. And I'm sorry if I seemed a little frazzled. I got a call from Adam as well. And all of the people dying has just become quite frazzling.
Understandable.
Thank
She's
you.
just giving you a very blank stare. She's not
Right.
really showing any form of emotion, not like anger, no
Right. And
happy,
Dada's just
anything.
all of these names I keep finding in these medical records, it's just so scary, and I saw your name on there, and I saw you with a green code, which is good. But your name was on the list in the hospital with a green code. And that, makes me worried. You have been tested, correct?
Yes, thank you for your concern.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'm sure Artie will be a mess now that his father has been killed, but
I'm very sorry to hear that about Daniel Chen. I didn't realize that had taken place. Why? How did he disrupt the peace? What was the...
he was trying to kill Adam. He had a knife to Adam. That's probably why he's so panicked. I don't know why a doctor snaps like that. I'm sure it's because he was ill or dealing with so many sick patients he didn't know how to fix. This Project Eden I keep seeing on these files must have had him worried, so he must have overreacted.
Yes, that's what happens in a high-stress job. That's why I prefer it down here.
Me too. I don't know. I was just trying to keep you updated. All I know is that there's something called a Project Eden. I don't know what it means. I know the doctor is dead. I know my friend Artie, I didn't know they came to see you. I'm sorry. I've been out of the loop ever since
Where
the
have you
hospital
been?
almost finally. I'm sorry?
Where have you been?
Well, I was in the hospital, and I was trying to find information to bring back to you. But after I saw the list of sick people, and I saw your name on there under a green list and everything, someone came into the office, and I panicked and had to run. So I've been in hiding until I could get back to you.
Wise.
But
Did well.
excellent. And was Adam able to make that? 3 days ago, before I got captured, before I almost got captured, I made sure Adam made a delivery of at least bandages.
Yes, he did. He turned up with a delivery as standard. Just so did the other 4.
Excellent. Well,
Everything arrived on time.
good. Well, I'm going to go run some tests on the medication. Explosions, I've heard. Make sure that's all set up before they get here.
Need to check on patients now. She just stands up and she leaves. And then you hear her start shouting orders again.
Doc goes to, as she feels small robotics cling into her scalp, she goes to grab a handful of medications and run it to a lab. Run back to the lab.
Okay. We'll hop over to JD and Vestal. You have both found this manhole cover. And there's a teeny tiny tree up in the corner, something you wouldn't have known to look for unless
Yeah.
your mother had pointed it out to you. And it's quite, there doesn't seem to be many people. The odd person walks past, but they don't seem to see you. You're sort of out of sight.
Hey, Soren, can you kind of keep an eye out, please, for anyone?
Of course I can, JD. And she walks forward and just stands, looking left and right constantly.
Precious. Okay. I'm gonna try and go ahead and lift the manhole cover.
Can you roll a might for me, please? And
I can, and I was afraid you were going to say that.
that would be a 4.
If I can get it to move. Come on. Okay.
You are struggling with this. This is
Struggling
a
so
heavy manhole cover.
Vestal, can you help me?
I'm not the greatest at lifting things, but yes.
I'm not
If you
either.
both do it, you need to, Vestal, if you roll as well, beat a difference of 2 if you're both doing it. So both roll again, and both have to beat it 2. Oh wow. Okay.
Soren,
However,
our manhole
the
for us.
original was beat a difference of 4. So like, JD sat there and really trying, but like, you know when you like accidentally let go because it's too heavy, and Vestal's sort of gone, moved it out the way and looked sort of like, are you okay, sort of thing.
JD's just like ashamed. He's like, I can't open the pickle jar type thing. Like, I loosened it for you. Thank you.
I think you did. You definitely loosened it.
I really want to believe you. Okay, let's go check it out.
You look down and it just goes into darkness, and it looks like a ladder that just goes down into this darkness.
Okay. I really quickly just kind of put my goggles up to check and see if I see any sound light down there.
You don't see anything down there. You just see one of those little beams of light disappearing into the tarmac again.
Okay. I guess I'll start my way down.
I'll be in right after you. Don't worry.
Okay.
You start to climb down this ladder, and it goes on for a while. You feel the drop in temperature, and you are in absolute pitch black, both of you, as you disappear further and further and further down. You're climbing for about 7 minutes. And
Where are we going?
until JD, your foot touches the floor, and you hear the
Ah!
clang of metal.
Wait, what was it?
No, I think we got to the bottom. I think this is the bottom. I'm gonna kind of like ease my way away from the ladder.
Oh, thank God.
I'm gonna check with the goggles again and see if.
It's still pitch black. You are completely in the dark.
Lights would have helped. Glow shoes. I do have glow shoes. I have little light up earrings. I don't think that's gonna do much, but I guess when I like take steps, my feet light up a little bit.
Yeah, as you take each step, if you push down quite hard, you can see a light flash, and you're in like a metal corridor.
Okay, reach out for the walls.
Would it be appropriate that I'm still carrying the cells and lights from the first time we came down?
Oh, you're still carrying them.
I'm gonna flick one of them on.
Yeah, literally, like JD
Yes,
from
no.
behind you, you feel a light, like you see a light suddenly illuminate.
Yeah, don't worry. I still have these, the ones from my store, the
Right. I totally didn't think about those. Yeah, okay, good.
I actually have more than one. Here, and I'll hand one of them over.
Okay, I'll flick it on and try and hold it up to the walls, see what I see.
You are in a metal corridor. an old metal corridor. And there are 2 or 3 doors in this corridor. And darkness up ahead where your light doesn't quite touch.
Start working the way down to the doors.
Is there anything behind us, or is it just a wall?
It's just the wall where the ladder was.
Okay. Get to the first door. Is it open or unlocked?
It seems to be locked, like sealed.
It's locked. I can't go in there right now.
I might be able to get into it. I've only seen it done by others, but there's like the hairpin trick where you stick it in the lock and hopefully, like, if you jiggle it around a lot, it might come open.
Do you have a hairpin?
I have a few. They're mine. I'd be using them, but and I'm gonna pull like one of my hairpins and another one and like bend it open and do the
You
whole
can
trick
see-
and just like jiggle it a little bit and hopefully
Yeah, you can see that this normally has like an electrical, either like a tap in, like a number thing for this metal door. However, you see a secondary lock underneath, which you can try. Can you roll me let's have a look. Can you please roll me probably an intellect if you're trying to work this all out? Yeah, perfect. You sort of stand there for a couple of minutes and you hear like a click and a clank and and the door opens.
I think that was more luck than anything. But I guess it's open. I'm kind of afraid to see what's inside, actually.
I don't know what there is to be afraid of down here yet, but okay. Shine the light into the room.
The light casts shadows over bunks. This looks to be like a sleeping quarters. You can see trunks at the end, big metal trunks, and some clothes folded up on the side.
Do they look recent or
This
like
looks-
dusty?
Old.
Okay.
Looks like you're casting the first light in here in a long time.
Why would anyone stay down here?
I mean, if you don't want to be found by people up there, I guess down here is your best bet.
Yeah, I guess.
Can I inspect the clothes? Do they look? Can I like possibly put a date on them?
You can't put a date on them, but there's something that's nagging at your head that you've seen these clothes before. In fact, this looks like a strange pale blue jumpsuit. Very much like the people in the videos you see played every single day. Where?
JD, they're like the ones from the video. They're
Commander White or whoever?
I assume so. The one that tells us about how we should be keeping the peace and
Right. Okay, interesting. Do you think this could be where the video was filmed?
it's quite possible. I mean, I don't think it would be filmed in this room, but underground, maybe.
Let's keep looking. Do you want to check the other rooms?
Absolutely. I can try and open them if they're locked as well, but I can't promise that I'll have any good luck on them.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's all we've got for now.
Are you taking any of these this clothing with you?
Actually, I'll take If there's more than one jumpsuit, I'll only take one, and I'll put it in my
There
whatever book bag.
are multiple folded up on the beds. There's like one on each bed.
I'll collect one that looks the least damaged, or
You step back out into the corridor, and one of the other doors, you can see it is jammed, but it's open. Like you'd have to sort of slide halfway in, but it is possible to get into.
JD, you might be smaller than me. It might be easier for you to get in and maybe move whatever's in the way of the door.
Yeah, I mean, I can try. I'll try and squeeze my way in.
You easily sort of just like half slide, your way in, and then you realize, like, with both of you, you can probably just push the door enough to get Vestal through.
Good. Okay.
And you hear a clang as this metal echoes around the room as the door opens a little bit further. There are 5 or 6 tables in the middle of this room, each one with 2 benches. There looks to be a kitchen. There are some bowls left on the side and spoons. And some weird things you've never seen before. You can see a box next to this bowl that says Kellogg's Cornflakes. And you can see some other things on the surface that you haven't seen before. Ketchup, mayonnaise.
I'm upset these condiments didn't make it.
Is this food?
It looks like a kitchen, and I can only imagine how good they'd be now.
That's so gross.
I really don't want to open whatever fridge or freezer they have in the back.
I am okay with that.
I think we should take a better look around.
Okay.
Is there any thing on the walls or in the back?
This seems to be a fairly simple rooms. There's cupboards and things which most of them are open, and they look like they've got some other sort of packet food that's been tipped over. And otherwise the walls are pretty plain. You can see in the corner by the kitchen there looks like what I guess could be like a fuse box, but it looks a bit too weird. It doesn't look right.
Does it look like switches? Is there something I could flick?
There looks like there's a lot of switches, a lot of just red tabs.
I am gonna try one and see if they're labeled, hopefully one that pertains to the room that we're in.
Really hope nothing blows up.
Yeah, I'm hoping so as well.
You flick this switch and you hear a doof, 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 doof as all these lights start coming on along the corridor and in these rooms. And it's quite blinding.
That may not have been the greatest idea. I apologize in advance, and well, at least we can see.
Yeah. Silver linings, I guess.
I was really hoping that just this room would light up, but
Well, I mean, now we have more light, so it's good. It's good. It's fine.
if we're lucky, we'll find no one down here anyway.
Yeah.
Should
Our
we
last door?
last door?
Okay.
This door is open. It opens into another corridor that leads into darkness, but you can see the faint outline of another doorway at the end. It looks like it opens up into a big room.
Is every room lit now?
Every
Sure.
room is lit. You can't quite. This is a more sort of a flickering, dull light. Maybe something's just gotten slightly wrong with the electronics.
Oh. Interesting.
The flickering light is really unnerving, but I can go first.
Vestal, everything down here is unnerving.
You're not wrong.
We'll do it together. We'll just do it together. Let's go.
On 3.
On 3. 1,
2.
3.
Let's go.
And you
Nerve.
step into this room. Thank you for the donation for the random advantage. I'm going to use same numbers again, and I'm going to roll a 1d3. I was going to say, is it running again? 2. So that means Dot, you now have an advantage. You step into this room. This room is huge. There is a huge circular panel all the way around the center of the room. Lots of chairs and other panels built into the walls. A couple of flickering lights. And some steps down to what could be it looks like maybe a window was once here, but now it's definitely blocked up.
Did they just build on top of all of this?
Seems to be. I mean, it looks like a lab of some sort.
I'm gonna walk around the circular thing in the middle, see if there's anything on it.
You look around, you walk around it, you see screens that aren't on. You see levers, you see buttons, you see readings that aren't on. You see some paper that looks like it's churned out. You see leather seats, similar to the ones in the room you saw before. They're sort of surrounding this panel, and other similar panels on the walls with the same leather seats either side.
I am gonna refrain from touching buttons this time. I think that would be a good idea.
I mean, that's fair. I just don't know what else we're gonna figure out if we don't touch something.
You see a tree.
Oh, I'm drawn to that tree.
Looked, and it's all over the floor. One big tree.
Eden? So does this room look like do we recognize anything from it?
Not really. This is quite odd and very primitive. If you think about it, apart from the fact there's buttons and stuff, you don't know what this is. You don't know what this does.
Right, they're not technology that we're familiar with. Okay, JD is gonna push a button.
Nothing happens. You see more of these suits draped over the chairs. They look like a slightly darker blue than the ones that Vestal picked up earlier.
Well, it's old. I guess it makes sense it might not work.
Maybe there's no power running to it.
Maybe. I mean, the lights were flickering.
I don't really think going back and flicking on all the power switches would be a good idea, but I mean, like you said, we're not going to find out anything if we don't do anything.
Okay, let's go flip some switches then.
You start to flip some switches. Every now and then you hear like a whir and a pop. You can see switches on the arms of the chairs as well.
I'll go around and start flicking some of those.
They don't seem to work. However, when you feel pressure, when you lean over and put pressure on the actual base of the chair, on the seat area, you see some of the buttons light up.
Okay, I'll sit down in one.
You have to move this blue jumpsuit effectively.
Yeah.
If you pick it up and you move it, it's got a weird sort of symbol on the front, and you put it as you see it.
What is the symbol?
It's a strange symbol, a circular symbol with 4 letters across the middle. N-A-S-A.
Okay, move it to the side, and sit down in the chair and flick the little levers on the arm.
As you sit down and flick the lever, all of the panel in front of you just goes and lights up.
Okay, it's on.
Desk things pop up with what looks like something you could put in like a slot or something.
Vestal.
Yeah, I see what's happened. What did you do?
I sat down. This thing, the slot. Do you think we have something that might go there?
The slot?
Yeah, this slot. It just opened up.
Is it like a card slot or
Well, it's about the same size as that thing that you got earlier.
the black tape? The
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. We could try it at least.
I pull it out. It's still tangled. Like I still haven't rewound it because I'm not sure that's a thing yet.
Yeah, you pull it out, it's pretty tangled.
I promise when I got it, it didn't look like this. It was all like nicely together. I just pulled on it. I didn't know what it was.
Well, can you fix it?
I mean, there's a few moving parts. I can try, and I'm just gonna like stick my finger in and start like twisting one.
Yeah, the classic twist. Yeah, you do this and the tape sort of goes back to normal and you can feel the film tense again.
Oh, you got it.
I'm gonna
Oh.
put it in the, see if it fits, and just slide it into whatever the slot.
It fits, it clicks, and it returns into the panel, and a screen jumps up. Dot, what are you doing right now?
Well, right now I'm making sure my children don't kill each other. My kitten keeps stretching out and kicking the adult cat in the chest, so then she growls, and that's what I'm really doing. But Dot is probably taking like medicine samples and taking it to the lab.
Yeah, you can take it to the lab.
Probably like handing it to lab tech. Like, I need you to check this for any abnormalities.
The tests are run, and you are given feedback. You're given a long list of things that are contained in these sorts of antibiotics and these painkillers, and it's all the standard painkillers. You recognize all of this. However, there is something else in it you don't know. What
Does
you
it have,
do
like-
know, in fact, actually roll an intellect for me, so this will only be an intellect of 2.
I'm gonna use.
Yes, go for it. Oh, okay. Okay. On that, you look at this and it's giving you other numbers, other strands, and there's something similar between all of them but very different at the same time. Something has been altered genetically in this. There are strands of DNA in this, and it seems to affect certain DNA, like it's been purposely made to affect these strands of DNA.
Now, were these medicines like sealed before we popped them open to run the tests?
They were sealed. They were fully sealed. Brand new. You heard the crack as you opened it.
Fuck. Before Dot goes out of the room, she's gonna look at the lab tech and ask, do we have any technology here that would help someone forget something they shouldn't remember?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I suppose you give someone a nasty whack on the head or a shock to the head, it might do. Why?
Yeah.
Who's upset you?
Everyone has upset me.
Well, as long as it's not me, I don't care.
Well, no, you've definitely saved some lives. And she takes the papers and she goes to make. Well, I'm sure it's like a weird dumb glass file thing. Gets herself a copy, tucks those away, and then goes out to find the matron.
Okay. We'll jump back down to JD and Vestal. The screen pops up. You hear this strange music. It's weird. It's like you've heard about people. You've heard this music before, but you don't know why. It's like a weird sort of metagaming wise. It sounds like 50s, 60s music. This is fun party music. This is nothing like you've ever really heard before. And a black and white video starts to play and the static jumps all over it as you see people in suits shaking hands and having talks. You see a flag with stars and stripes blow in the wind. You see a big round table. You see cars on ground and dirt and strange things that you've probably only read about that look like mountains. People driving to places, driving to fenced off areas. And you just hear a cheery voice saying, "Welcome to Project Eden. Back in 1968, when the aliens first visited in Area 51, we found this ship. We knew when the war started and the bombs were being created. Our only chance before 1975, we couldn't let Reagan push the button. We couldn't let humanity die. So we found this alien technology and made it our own. We found an elite group of scientists, fantastic people, to put on our ship, Eden, Project Eden, where we start again. We don't want war. We don't want nuclear weapons. We don't want that sort of thing." And you can see more images flash of people in lab coats talking with each other, shaking the hands of who you recognize as Commander White, shaking the hands as she steps on board platform. They are loading things on. Children walk on. People walk on. They are loading huge tubes. And that is where we will leave this week's episode of Eden. Everyone okay?
Yeah, JD's like about to start just like elbowing Vestal and hitting her a little bit.
Awesome. So, what we'll do is we'll go round and we'll talk to each character and player. If you can say how you're feeling about that, what your favorite bit was, and where we can find you. Promote. Also to chat and to players, we need a war cry before we raid. So think of a war cry and we'll come back to it. So first of all, because she's back this week, Dot.
Hey, it's NPC Bree, and Dot is, as per usual, stressed. She's gonna have glowing hair and gray hair, no black hair remaining by the time this is all over. Gosh, I'm trying to think of my favorite part because it's all just so much. Honestly, Karen D, very good character, so kind and loving, though very confused, and now I'm starting to worry about what kind of electric item knocked the bitch out. Poor dear thing. Dot's got a lot of thoughts going on right now, including medicines and killing people and cures, and whether or not the only person who has been able to love and cherish her since her parents disappeared might be an evil villain, but we'll find out, guess, won't we? But I'm NPC Bree with 2 E's. This was fantastic. If you don't already, please make sure you're following this channel. If you can, please subscribe. Head over to Discord. It's fantastic. Just because Artie's not here to do it. Hans does this. So please make sure you're following. If not, please to start now. So we can support this channel so I can play more of this game because I love it. You can also find me Sunday nights on the Greyhawk channel, 8:30 Central Time, because it's easier for me to remember that time zone. Where I play Return to Greyhawk on the Greyhawk channel, the flagship show of the channel. You can find me Mondays at 1 p.m. Central Time, also on the Greyhawk channel, playing The Orchard, which is the grimdark game set in the Feywild. You can find me Monday nights, every other Monday, so this Monday coming up, on Soul Bear RPG, where I play Comedy of Strahd, a hilarious take on Curse of Strahd, where I play Darla, I wear a wig, and I am multi-classing into every single class available on this character. So it's just fun. So we'll find out what I'm playing next week. And yeah, follow me on Twitter. I might start streaming on my channel sometime this week. Who knows? We'll find out.
I'm gonna try and tune into that if you do. So, JD, how is JD doing?
JD's doing okay. I think that this is still all a little much for her, but like her mom's back and that is a very good thing. And this place is interesting, and oh my gosh, they may have found something, and she's still really none the wiser for the matron. I think that she's getting like suspicious, but there's a lot that's still just like completely going over her head. So I would say my favorite part, oh gosh, I have no idea. I think fretting over my mom. It was really nice to have her back and interact with her, and also get to introduce her to Vestal, and not Dot, definitely not Dot. So
Dot is great with mothers. Like, what is wrong with you? I'm going to break some glass while you're here. I'm sorry. I see you're tired and sick, but I'm frustrated.
So long as she
Hi,
doesn't
Mom,
like,
nice
try
to
to
meet
clean it up before going back to the hospital. Like,
God. Oh, they just sweep up a little bit, collapses in the glass.
So you can find me at RayDeanneR on Twitter, or at raydeanne.com, which is my site. It's been a while since I've posted something, and I have about a bajillion drafts saved, so I finally just put together a piece. It's an Eden story based off of a moment in episode 5, so if you want to check it out, I had a lot of fun with that. And I haven't announced on Twitter yet, but I am officially moving to full-time freelance work. So I'll be doing writing, editing, social media, things like that. And if anyone is interested, you can email me at renee@raydeanne.com, and I'm very, very excited. It's a very, very good thing, and I feel free. It's great. More gaming. Yay! Also, I DM for Fate and the Fable Maidens, which is an all-women actual play D&D podcast for all ages. It's pretty kid-friendly, so if this was heavy for you and you want something lighter to listen to, definitely go check it out. We are at Fate FM Cast across social media or at fatefmcast.com. And you can also find me on Nerd Immersion on alternating Mondays, and I'll be doing some stuff with them for Extra Life this weekend as well. So thanks so much, y'all.
Awesome. And definitely check out Renee's articles because I love reading them every time. Like I said, we've got some on our Patreon, so yes, go for it.
Also, the episode of Fate and the Fable Maidens that comes out on Monday is the one that Alice guested with us on.
That was so much fun. That was so much fun to be a part of. So I need to I'm waiting for it. So
it's going to be very good, and I think everyone will love what she brought to that world. So definitely check it out.
Thank you. Last but certainly not least, Vestal.
Hi. Vestal is, I have no idea what is going on, and I just enjoy making friends and getting into people's houses and saying hi to their mother. You satisfied one of my unholy loves of looking at old human areas where there's like things left behind and you get to like snoop through things. So that is such a wonderful, wonderful, awful habit of mine. And I'm having so much fun searching through everything and finding old Kellogg's boxes and not thinking of how gross the condiments are. So, yes, I'm Zelda. You can find me at Zella on Twitter and Twitch. If you follow my Twitter, I post wherever I'm playing games, whether I'm playing one-shots or continuing games, which I'm playing on this slot here on Wednesdays. And I'm playing Tuesday at 2 p.m. EST on the RPG Lab as we played Vampire the Masquerade yesterday. So we may be doing something in that area soon, coming up. And we play an ongoing on that site every Tuesday. So anything that goes on my Twitter would be D&D or art most of the time. I don't make it. I just like it. So yeah, it was really great to play again. And I'm sure I'm taking on a little bit of the personality of the people around me, being that I've been stuck in one place for so long. I'm just like, this is how people act these days.
Awesome. Thank you. Last few bits for...
Don't act like Dot.
And don't do an arty. Don't do an arty.
Chaos.
Also, don't act... No, you know what?
Chaos.
Don't act like any of us. Act like my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone be Karen. Be like Karen.
Yeah. Be like Karen D. That's what we're gonna take.
Be like Karen D.
Be like Karen D.
Right. Discord. You will have a link in the chat. Come and join our Discord. It's awesome. We love welcoming in new people. We're all about bringing more people to D&D and TTs. I love making friends and that's what I'm doing. So come and do that with us. YouTube, this will be up tomorrow. If you want to catch up, everything is already uploaded, so you can binge watch it if you want. Twitter, if you want to get into one of these games, just put Scrat a message on Twitter and we'll get you in the diary. This campaign is run on Monty Cook's Cypher system, and one of the viewer games we're introducing in season 2 is exactly this, Cypher system, which is awesome. So we're introducing that as well as D&D. So come try it out. As I said, we are full-time now, still can't quite believe it. It's kind of crazy, but a good kind of crazy. And if you want to support us, you can do it by Patreon or merch. We've got our hoodies, we wore them to MCM, they were super cozy, I lived in it. They're awesome, I love them. And Patreon, you get like behind the scene things that won't get released anywhere else. And Scrat's ringtones, which he's very proud of. And there was a really spooky one for Halloween, which I did not download to my phone because it freaked me out, but it was good. We have some awesome sponsors. We have Bird in the Storm, which is Tool School Bird versus Plane. They write some awesome stuff, some really awesome stuff. And we're doing some more work with them in the upcoming seasons, which I'm really excited to be able to share, but can't right now. We also have another sponsor, Maychan Press. I think Tweeter Vecna was in chat. He is the one who is utterly in love with Soren at the moment, making it all artificial and all emotional and everything. And in fact, we'll be on the channel tomorrow when we run the Dark Matter series on Argo 37 on the viewer game, which is so much fun, and where the Wismos originated from, the little chaos robots. And I think that's it. We're going to raid Maze Arcana. I think, hang on, where was the chat? The matron is a monster, I believe, is our war cry right now. So thank you guys. This has been really awesome. Quick thing about me, I'm White Rabbit Pick on Twitter, or Alice, you can call it whatever you want, as long as it's nice. I run D&D and TTRPGs on the channel, and when I'm not doing that, come back next week, see what on earth that video means, and let's keep evoking emotions. I'll see you then. Bye.